Hello everyone, and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain. And today, sit a while, for we are playing some more Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Montreal Expos in 1994. And the season is almost over. We have only 3 series left, including the 3 game series we're going to play today against the Cards. Um, Cards have been a little bit of a thorn in our side or back or wherever it is that the expression says that the thorn should be. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that we have only won 1 game all season against the Cards. So yeah, it's gonna be in St. Louis for the first game. We're gonna have a lefty duel on the mound, or a duel of southpaws. Donovan Osborne is going to be on the mound for the Cards. We're going to go with one of our best, Jose Rosado. Don't be fooled by his record. He's not getting a whole lot of run support when he's on the mound. We have no injuries. We're going to take a look at the Cards, see if they are healthy. The Cards are also eliminated from playoff contention, although they probably would have won their division if they played us more often. And they only have Mark Portugal that's hurt, and he's day to day, so we might see him during the 3 game series here. All right, so I think we pretty much circled it already. So let's go ahead and play some ball. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this lineup here. I'm gonna keep my usual lineup for the first game of the series, then we'll adjust from there. And I'm sure that Gerald Nullet is gonna show up at one point, and I'll let him take some decisions over the lineup like I usually do. Alright, so the Cards are going to go with Cliff Floyd batting first, so former Montreal Expo Cliff Floyd, and Bernard Gilkey is going to bat second. Paul Molitor playing first base is going to bat third. Ray Langford batting fourth. Chris Sabo fifth. Todd Zeal, number 6, the catcher. Robbie Thompson is going to be batting seventh, and Rich Aurelia is the 8th batter in this game. Jose Rosado on the mound for the Expos. Donovan Osborne on the mound for the Cards. Go Expos and play ball. Alright, so we already have the settings saved, so that's nice. So first one to face Donovan Osborne is going to be Marquise Grissom. Pretty decent season for Grissom, all told. Batting close to 300. He has 90 stolen bases, and there's 10 games left to get to 100. Alright, 1 and 2. Okay, I was mistaken. We have not won a single game against the Cards this season. They have won 10 out of 10. I hope we don't go 0 for a season. Alright, so Floyd had to dive for that ball. So it was a fly ball to center that was cut by Floyd. He had to dive, though. That looked kind of weird. But it's 1 out. Now Delino De Shields is the batter. No count to him. That's it to center for a base hit. So Cliff Floyd cannot get to that one. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out for Ivan Calderon. No count. The Shields is going, and he's going to be safe. That is stolen base number 62 for the Shields this season. So now we have a runner in scoring position. 1 out, 2 and 2 to Calderon, and he struck out swinging. 2 outs now for Charles Johnson. No count. Grounds it to short. Aurelia with the throw, and that's out number 3. So the Expos get a hit from the Shields, a stolen base as well, but he is topped at second base. No score. Going into the bottom of the first, Cliff Floyd leading things off for the Cards, facing Jose Rosado. 1 and 1. That's it really well all the way to the fence. That's going to be extra bases. Grissom gets the ball. And that's a double for Cliff Floyd, leadoff double for the Cards. Right, and now nobody out. Runner in scoring position for Bernard Gilkey, 0-2. Oh, struck out swinging. That looked a little outside and low. Alright, so 1 out for Paul Molitor, who's always very scary to pitch against with a lefty with his 101 contact rating. Full count. Grounds it to second. The Shields with the throw. He's out on the play. Cliff Floyd makes it to third base. But there's 2 outs now, so they're going to need a base hit from Ray Langford. Full count. Oh, struck out looking. It looked dead center too. All right, so we give up a leadoff double, but we get out of the inning unscathed. Top of the second, still no score here in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. Ruben Rivera leads off the second for us. 2-2 to him. That's it to left. Langford under it, and he catches it for out number 1. Shane Andrews is next, 1-2. Grounds it to first. The throw back to the pitcher, and that is out number 2. Todd Haney is next, 3-1 to him. That's it to right. It has a little bit of pop, but not enough. Gilkey is there. He catches it for out number 3. The Expos go down in order in inning number 2. And here in St. Louis, we are still scoreless. Alright, Rosado on the mound facing Chris Sabo. 2-2 to Sabo. Grounds it to first. Haney throws it to Rosado, and that's out number 1. Todd Zeal is next, 0-1 to him. Oof. Oh, it's cut. I thought it was a home run. Alright, so Grissom ran like the wind and cut this ball, which initially I thought was a home run, so that's 2 outs now. Robbie Thompson is next, 1-2. Struck out looking. Alright, Cards go down 1-2-3 as well. In the second, we're going into the top of the third with Ray Sanchez leading off for us. No count. Grounds it to short. And that's out number 1. Jose Rosado with 1 out. No count. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. So 2 outs for Grissom. 2-0. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. Alright, so Aurelia eats it. So Grissom is safe at first with an infield single. So we have a runner on first. 2 outs. Delano de Shields is next. Oh, Grissom is going. That was a pitch out. Oh, and he's safe. That's 91 stolen bases. 9 more to get to 100. Alright, so de Shields batting now 1-1. That's it to right. That's going to be a base hit. It falls in front of Gilkey. Grissom is going home. And he scores. The Expos are up 1-0. Alright. Alright, so De Shields is at first. 2 outs for Ivan Calderon. 0-1. De Shields is going. No throw by Todd Zeal. That's the second stolen base of the game for De Shields. He's now up to 63 this season. Full count to Calderon. Grounds. Oh, and it's past the first baseman. All the way. Alright, and it's going to score a run. So that's a double for Calderon. And it is 2-0 for the Expos. Alright, Charles Johnson is next. All of that after 2 outs, too. We got 2 quick outs, or the Cards got 2 quick outs. Full count to Charles Johnson. That's it to right. Oh, that's cut by Gilkey. And that's the second time that I'm fooled by that angle. Alright, so that's the end of the inning. The Expos do score twice. It is now 2-0. Montreal going into the bottom of the third. Alright, so Rich Aurelia, first one to bat for the Cards in the bottom of the third. 2-2. Struck out swinging. That brings up Donovan Osborne. 1-2. Grounds it to third. Shane Andrews with the throw, and he's out for out number 2. Cliff Floyd is next, 1-1. He doubled in the first inning. And he homers this time around. Alright, so it is 2-1, thanks to a subtle blast by Cliff Floyd against his former team. 2-1 for the Expos. Bernard Gilkey now with 2 outs, full count. And he walks. Alright, so Jose Rosado having some problems getting that 3rd out of the inning here. Paul Molitor is next, no count. And Gilkey steals base number 39 this season. Full count. Molitor with the grounder to 3rd, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Cards cut the lead in half with a solo blast. Sorry, it is now 2-1 for the Expos. Right, Ruben Rivera, top of the 4th, full count. That's a base hit to right, so opposite field single for Ruben Rivera. We have a runner on first with nobody out for Shane Andrews. No count to him. Rivera's going, no throw by Todd Zeal. That's stolen base number 23 for Ruben Rivera. 1-2. Shane Andrews struck out swinging. Alright, so we have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Todd Haney. No count. Grounds it to short. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. On the play, the runner makes it to 3rd base. So now we have Ray Sanchez, 2 outs, runner on 3rd. We need a base hit. No count. They're going to walk him, of course, because the next batter is Jose Rosado. 1-0. Grounds it to 2nd. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos get 2 base runners, but none gets to come and score. Going in the bottom of the 4th, it is still 2-1 Montreal. Ray Langford leads up the bottom of the 4th for the Cards, 1-1. That's it to center. Rivera is there, catches it for out number 1. Chris Sabo is next, 1-0. Rivera after it, in center field, catches it for out number 2. Alright, so with 2 outs, Todd Zeal is now the batter, 2-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, so the Cards go down in order. We are going into the top of the 5th. We are still up 1. Marquise Grissom is next. Full count. Struck out looking. You know, you ain't going to get to 100 stolen bases this season with at bats like that. All right, Delino De Shields is next. 1-0. That's fly to right. Gilkey is there. He catches it for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for the Cards. Ivan Calderon is next. Full count. And he walks. Alright, so we get a walk here from Ivan Calderon. That brings up Charles Johnson, 1-2. Oh, that's out of here. So Charles Johnson with the 2-run blast here. It is 4-1 for the Expos in the top of the 5th. Alright, Ruben Rivera is next. There's 2 outs still. Full count. That's it. Weekly should be cut there by the first baseman Paul Molitor, and it is. That is out number 3. The Expos add to their lead with a 2-run blast by Charles Johnson. It is now 4-1 Montreal over the Cards. Robbie Thompson is the first batter to face the Expos in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2 to him. That's it to left. Calderon after it. And he catches it for out number 1. Rich Aurelia is next. 2-1. That's it to first. Todd Haney gets to first base, and that's out number 2. Alright, so the Cards are bringing in a pinch hitter. Brian Jordan is going to be the pinch hitter. 2-2 to him. And he struck out. Rosado gets out of the 5th inning. And we are still up 3, top of the 6th. The Cards are bringing in Jerry Santos as the reliever, Shane Andrews as the batter, full count. And he walks. Alright, so leadoff walk for the Expos. That brings up Todd Haney. 1-1. And he bunts. Oh, they tried to get Shane Andrews at second base, but that was a bad throw, so everybody moves up a base. So we have 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out, with Ray Sanchez the batter now. And they're walking him again, so that now loads the bases for Jose Rosado and nobody out. So a fly ball here would score, more than likely score a run. 0-2 to Rosado. That's a strikeout. You don't expect too much from your pitcher like that. Whenever they get a hit or whatever, it's a nice surprise. Alright, 1 out, bases juiced. Marquise Grissom is the batter, 1-0. That's it really well, all the way to the fence. That should clear the bases. Alright, so Grissom stops at second base with a double. No, we scored 2. They held Sanchez at third base, so it is now 6-1 for the Expos. 2 runners in scoring position still. Delino De Shields is the batter. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Alright, so now Ivan Calderon is next. There's 2 outs. We need a base hit. 2-2. And that's a base hit, and that should score both runs all the way to the fence. Calderon goes for second base. That's a double. And 2 more runs are on the board. It is now 8-1 for the Expos. Pretty good inning. All right, they've had enough of Jerry Santos. They're bringing in Mike Mclean, the lefty. Runner at second base. 2 outs for Charles Johnson. 3-0 to him. And he walks on 4 pitches. Ruben Rivera is next. 1-1. Oh, he gets drilled. Alright, that loads up the bases. Alright, bases loaded. 2 outs for Shane Andrews. 2-2. Oh, struck out swinging. But we scored 4 more runs. It is now 8-1 for the Expos. Alright, Cliff Floyd leads off the 6th for the Cards. 1-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Oh, they ruled catcher's interference. I was wondering why he was running to first. Catcher's interference, so nobody out. Runner on first despite the strikeout. Bernard Gilkey is next. That's it to left. Calderon after it. He catches it for out number 1. Cliff Floyd retreats to first on the play. 1 out for Paul Molitor, no count. Cliff Floyd is going no throw by Charles Johnson, so that's a stolen base. That's his 71st. So the Cards have a runner on second base. 1 out. Paul Molitor is the batter. And that's a liner to short, and that's out number 2. Ray Langford is next. 2 outs, full count. And he walks. Alright, so Rosado with a... Well, I can't really say with some problems. Catcher interference wasn't his fault. Alright, Chris Sabo is next. 1-0. That's it to left. And Calderon catches it with a little awkward looking dive there. So that's out number 3. After 6, the Expos are still up 8-1. Alright, so... Mike Mclean is still on the mound for the Cards. Todd Haney is the batter. No count. Oh. It was it with some authority, but pretty much right at Bernard Gilkey, and it is out number 1. Ray Sanchez is next. No count. Grounds it to third. That's out number 2. And now Jose Rosado is next with 2 outs. Full count to him. And he struck out looking. Alright, we go down in order in the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th. We are still up 8-1. Todd Zeal is the batter, 1-0 to him. That's it to right. Grissom after it, all the way to the warning track. And he catches it at the wall for out number 1. Steve Serio is coming in as a pinch hitter. No count to him. That's a base hit to right. So opposite field to Steve Serio. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out for Rich Aurelia. 1-1. Grounds it to second. And that's a double play. The Expos with a double play here. And we are going into the top of the 8th. We are still up 8-1. Grissom facing Mike Mclean. 1-0. That's it to left. And that's cut by Langford for out number 1. Delino the Shields is next. 0-1. Grounds it to second base. And that's out number 2. Calderon is next. 3-1 to him. And he walks. Charles Johnson is next. Calderon goes, and there's no throw. Yeah, Zeal has had some problems with that today, so that's 40 stolen bases for Ivan Calderon. Charles Johnson, salad bat with a runner in scoring position, 3-1. That's it to center. And that's cut by Cliff Floyd for out number 3. We are going in the bottom of the 8th with the Expos still up 7. Dimitri Young comes in as a pinch hitter for the Cards. 2-1 to him. Alright, and that's it to center, and that's cut by Ruben Rivera for out number 1. Cliff Floyd is next, 1-2. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so with 1 out, the Cards get a runner on base. That brings up Bernard Gilkey. No count. Oh, that's a bad pitch. So Floyd gets to second base on the play. 1-2. And that's another base hit from Gilkey. That scores a run. So it is 8-2 for the Expos here in the bottom of the 8th. I think I'm gonna pull Rosado. He pitched decently, but looks like he's getting a little tired here, maybe. Who do I want to bring in? Let's give the ball to James Wynn to finish the inning. Alright, Paul Molitor is next. Runner on first, 1 out. 1-0 to him. That's it to right. It's going to fall in front of Grissom. And on the play, Gilkey makes it to third base. So there's a runner on first and third. 1 out for Ray Langford. 3-1. And he walks. Alright, so that loads up the bases. For John Vanderwall comes in as a pinch hitter. Facing his former team. Full count. And he walks in a run. Alright. It is 8-3 now. Todd Zeal is next. Full count. Bases are full. 1 out. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Matt Stairs, former Expo as well, is not a batter. Comes in as a... Oh no, he's playing second base. Yeah, that sounds weird. Matt Stairs playing second base. I'm not saying he never did in real life, but... Right, so Matt Stairs is still in the game at second base. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. 3-1. And we walk in another run. Why not? Right, Rich Aurelia is next. No count to him. Grounds it to short. We get the runner at second base. So that's the 3rd out, but the Cards clawed back into that one With a 3-run 8th inning, it is now 8-4 for the Expos. Ben Blake is now the pitcher for the Cards. Ruben Rivera is going to face him first, 1-1. That's popped in foul territory. Paul Molitor is there, catches it for out number 1. Shane Andrews is next, 1-0. Ooh, that's it out of here, I think. Yes, it is. Solo blast for Shane Andrews. It is now 9-4 for the Expos. Todd Haney is next, 0-2. That's a base hit to left. All right. That's a runner on first, 1 out. Ray Sanchez is the batter, 0-1. That's a base hit to left again. All right, so we have 2 runners on base and only 1 out. I'm going to bring a pinch hitter here for James Wynn. And I think I'm going to go with Weedy Green. Why not? Let's go with the guy with the big bat that's on the bench. One and 0. That's it to center. I think it's gonna get cut by. Yeah, it is. Floyd gets it on the play. The runner makes it to third base. So we have runners on first and third, 2 outs. Marquise Grissom is the next batter. Full count. And he struck out swinging. We did add a run to our lead, though, thanks to a solo blast by Shane Andrews. It is now 9-4 for the Expos. Alright, 5-run lead. I'm going to pass the ball on. Let's give an inning to Carl Pavano. Alright, so he's going to be facing Dimitri Young first. 1-1. That's popped. Andrews under it, catches it for out number 1. Cliff Floyd is next, 2-2 to him. Grounds it to second, that's going to be an infield base hit. The Shields eats it, that's a 1 out infield single in the bottom of the 9th for the Cards. Bernard Gilkey is next, 1-0. Oh, that's it. Is that going to be cut? I think so. All the way to the fence, Grissom is there to catch it for out number 2. So there's 2 outs, runner on first. Paul Molitor is the batter, 1-2. That's it to left. And Calderon is there, and he catches it for out number 3. So the Expos finally do it. They do it in the near the last week of the season, but they do it. They finally won a game against the St. Louis Cardinals. A 9-4 victory, so pretty good game here. Oh, Roger Cedeno of the Braves hit for the cycle. That's pretty cool. And then Domingo Martinez playing for the California Angels at a 5-hit game. Alright, so the Mets clinched the division in the East. I feel like it was only a formality before that happens. Alright, and we are going to be playing game number 2 of that 3-game series against the Cards. This time, we're going to be facing Mark Portugal, so he's going to be playing. He's hurt, though, so who knows, maybe we're going to be able to get to him. He has a strained abdominal muscle. And we are going to be sending Gabe White, who lately has been decent despite having a losing record. Alright, so I'm gonna sub for Marquise Grissom. He's tired. Alright, so I'm gonna bring in a lefty. Yeah, I guess Rob Lukacic it is. Alright, that works. I'm gonna bat Barbary second. There you go. I'm gonna go like this. Who's Gabe? Yeah, Gabe White is not a good batter, so I'm not gonna have Lukacic bat ninth. If it was Carlos Perez, I think I would do it. But all right, so the Cards are gonna go with Cliff Floyd, Bernard Gilkey, Paul Molitor, Ray Langford, Chris Sabo, Todd Zill, Robbie Thompson, and Rich Aurelia. So the exact same lineup that we faced yesterday. Play ball and go Expos. We finally beat the Cards. Yay! I can see myself as a 10-year-old being pretty excited about something like that. Who wants to go 0 for a season against a team, right? Alright, the line of the Shields. First one to face Mark Portugal. 0-2 to him. Grounds it too short, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Brett Barbary is next, no count to him. Grounds it too short as well. The throw by Aurelia, and he is thrown out at first as well. Let's see if Ivan Calderon can get the ball out of the infield. 2-0 to him. Yes, that's a base hit down the line in right, all the way to the fence. Gilkey is there, but that's going to be a double for Ivan Calderon. So, 2-out double for him. That brings up Charles Johnson. 0-1. Grounds it too short. Yeah, it feels like I've said that a few times this inning already. That's the third out of the inning. Bottom of the first is coming. Still scoreless here in St. Louis. Cliff Floyd is going to be facing Gabe White. 2-1. Grounds it to third. Shane Andrews with the throw, and he is out at first for out number 1. Bernard Gilkey is next for out batting second. 1-1. It's it to center. A dive by Rivera. Wow, that was a nice catch. And it is now out number 2. Paul Molitor is next with his 101 contact rating against lefties. 2 outs, 0-2. Oh, struck out looking. The contact rating doesn't matter if you don't swing the bat. Cards go down 1-2-3. Top of the second. Ruben Rivera here to lead us off. Full count. That's it to left. Ray Langford after it. And he catches it for out number 1. Shane Andrews is next. 0-2 to him. Struck out swinging. That's 2 outs. Brings up Todd Aney. 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging as well. So nothing for us in inning number 2. Mark Portugal is too strong. Going into the bottom of the second, Ray Langford leads off the Cards. 2-2. That's a base hit to center. Gonna fall in front of Rivera. So a single for Ray Langford. Runner on first, nobody out for Chris Sabo. No count. Oh, and we hit him. So now the Cards have 2 runners on base with nobody out. Todd Zeal is next, 3-0 to him. And he walks on 4 pitches. Alright, well, let's make things interesting now, shall we? Bases are juiced, nobody out. Bottom of the second, Robbie Thompson is the batter now. 2-2 to him. And he struck out swinging. Rich Aurelia is next. 1-2. That's it to right. Lukacic is there. Catches it for out number 2. And that's going to end up being a sac fly. So on the play, Langford scores. It is 1-0 for the Cards. There's 2 outs now with runners on first and second. Mark Portugal is the batter. 0-2. Grounds it. Cut by the pitcher. He's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Cards do take the lead. It is 1-0 here at Busch Stadium. We are going at the top of the third now. Rob Lukacic facing Mark Portugal to lead us off in the third. No count to him. Oh, that's it pretty well all the way to the fence. Lukacic has some speed. And that's going to be a double. Alright, so double for Lukacic. Leadoff double is always a good thing. So we have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Gabe White is the batter. He's probably going to bunt. That was a terrible pitch to try to bunt, and it's a strike. 0-2, and he cannot bunt him over. So 1 out, still a runner on first. Now we have Delino De Shields as the batter, runner on second, sorry. No count, the runner goes, and he's out. Oh, Lukacic, you got cut. 2-2. And De Shields strikes out looking. What a terrible outcome after getting a leadoff double. Bottom of the third. Cliff Floyd facing Gabe White. 1-0. Oh, he's trying to bunt himself on. And he did. He beat the throw to first. So Cliff Floyd with the drag bunt. Single. Nobody out now. Bernard Gilkey is the batter. 3-1. Rounds it to second. Oh, we got Floyd at second base. We cannot complete the double play, so that's a fielder's choice. With 1 out now, Paul Molitor comes to base, to bat, with a runner on first base. No count. Gilkey is going. Oh, you are nailed. 2 outs now, nobody on. 2-1. And that's going to be a base hit for Molitor. Falls in front of Lukacic and right. So 2 out single for Molitor. That brings up Ray Langford. 1-1. Oh, that's it really well. All the way to the fence in center right. Rivera is there. Looks like it's going to be a triple. And it is. So Ray Langford with a run scoring triple. It is now 2-0 for the Cards. Chris Sabo is next. 2 outs. 1-0. Rounds it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Cards do double their lead. It is now 2-0. Going into the top of the 4th. Brett Barbary facing Mark Portugal. 1-1. Grounds it to short. Rich Aurelia with the throw, and it is out number 1. Ivan Calderon is next. 1-0. That's it to right, but not very deep. Bernard Gilkey settles under it and catches it for out number 2. That brings up the catcher Charles Johnson, who homered in the previous game. 1-1. And he homers today as well. This is a solo shot. It is now 2-1, so we cut the lead in half thanks to a solo home run by Charles Johnson. And that should bring up Ruben Rivera with 2 outs, 2-2. Grounds it to second, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Expos get on the board in inning number 4. They got a solo blast by Charles Johnson. It is now 2-1 for the Cards. Todd Zeal is now the batter. 1-0. That's it to right for a base hit. Alright, so Zeal is at first after a single. Robbie Thompson is next. No count to him. Tries to bunt, but he misses. That's strike 1. 1-2. Oh, that's it really well all the way to the fence yet again. Gabe White is giving us one of his bad starts. He's been pitching better lately, but he's not doing too good today. Alright, so 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out. And Rich Aurelia is the batter. No count. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're gonna walk him to load the bases. So the bases are loaded yet again. And there's nobody out. Brian Jordan is coming in as a pinch hitter. Wow, they're already pulling Mark Portugal. They're trying to put that game away, you know. 1-0. That's it to right, and it's gonna fall in front of Lukacic for Base it. That scores a run. It is now 3-1 for the Cards. How much longer am I gonna go with Gabe White? Maybe not that much longer at this rate. He's not been very good. Alright, let's throw to Cliff Floyd because he's a lefty. See what happens. 3-1. Alright, that's it to center. Rivera under it. Catches it for out number 1. That's gonna end up being a sac fly. It is now 4-1 for the Cards. I think I've seen enough of Gabe White. I'm gonna go ahead and also pull our pitcher kind of early. And I'm gonna go with, I believe, Katsumasa Ota. Gonna try to get a couple innings from him. Alright, so Ota on the mound. Bernard Gilkey is the batter. There's runners on first and second, 1 out. We're down 3 in the bottom of the 4th. No count to Gilkey. That's it to center. Oh, Rivera with the dive here. That's out number 2. Nobody advances. And now Paul Molitor is the batter. 0-2. Grounds it to second. The Shields goes to the base, and that's out number 3. So the Cards added to their lead. It is now 4-1 in the bottom of the top of the 5th now. Sorry. Paul Anderson comes in as a reliever for the Cards. Shane Andrews is now the batter. 2-0. Grounds it to third. The throw is good. That's out number 1. Todd Haney is next, 1-0 to him. Grounds it to third. Another good throw, and that's out number 2. Rob Lukacic is next. 2 outs, full count to him. Grounds it to short. That's another good throw, and we didn't get the ball out of the infield in inning number 5. It is still 4-1 for the Cards. Ray Langford leads up the 5th for the Cards. 3-1 to him. Another hit center right to the fence. It's like there's a target over there and they keep hitting it. So it's another triple for Ray Langford. That's his second triple of the game. Alright, Chris Sabo is next. Bottom of the 5th. Runner on third, nobody out. 2-1, sorry. Base it to right. That's going to be 5-1 for the Cards. We're not going nowhere in this game. Right, 5-1 for the Cards. Todd Zeal is the batter. Runner on first, nobody out. 3-1 to him. And he walks. Ugh, Ota's not doing too good right now. Robbie Thompson is next. 1-0. Thompson bunts, advances both runners with a sacrifice hit. So now it is runners on second and third, 1 out. Rich Aurelia is the batter now. 2-1. Hey, Jerome, no, it's game 2. Oh dear God. Infield single. It is now 6-1. I managed to win game 1, 9-4. That was our first win of the season against the Cards. So we have won 1 of 11 so far against them. It doesn't look too good for this one so far. I pulled Gabe White early. He wasn't doing too good, and Ota's not doing any better. Right, runners on first and third, 1 out. John Vanderwall is next. No count. Runner goes, and that's a stolen base. So Aurelia with his 27th stolen base of the season. 2 runners in scoring position. 1-2 to Vanderwall, and that's popped to shortstop. It's cut by Barbary for out number 2. That brings up Cliff Floyd. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. 2-2. That's it to right, and Lukacic is after it, but it falls in front of him somehow. I thought for sure he was going to get that. It scores 2 runs. It is now 8-1. Yikes. Yeah, with Ota's the next batter, I would really like for you to finish this inning. 3-1. Floyd steals. So stolen base, 2 outs, full count for Bernard Gilkey. And that's an error now by Todd Haney because, I mean, yes, that's baseball, right? I think the game is trying to tell me something. I think it's trying to tell me don't finish the inning with Ota. Or Haney for that matter. Alright, I'm gonna bring McGinnis in. Play him at first. At this point, we might as well pitch Rick Mahler. It's about to be a very serious blowout. There you go, Paul Molitor running runners on first and third, 2 outs, no count to him. Grounds it to third. And that's out number 3. There you go. We just needed the super veteran to finish the inning. Going in the top of the 6th, we're down 7 runs. Real Cormier is now the pitcher. Rest in peace. He's now the pitcher for the Cards. Russ McGinnis, who just came in to come and play first base, is the first one to greet him. 1-0. And McGinnis is hit. Alright, we're going to take the runner on base. Oh, I guess that hurt him, huh? Alright, well, I might as well put Bill Duran there. The Shields is next. Runner on first, nobody out. 1-1. Set to right. Robbie Thompson is there, catches it for out number 1. Brings up Brett Barbary, no count. And that's a liner to short. Rich Aurelia catches it for out number 2. Ivan Calderon is next, 2 outs, runner on first, 1-0. That's it to center for a base hit. Alright, so we have 2 runners on, but we have 2 outs. Charles Johnson already homered in his game. I could use another one right now. 1-2. 2 runners on. Struck out swinging. Yikes. Alright. So Ray Langford is next. Let's see if he gets his 3rd triple of the game. 2-2. Nope. Struck out looking. Chris Sabo, 1 out, 1-1. That's it to center. Rivera is there, catches it for out number 2. Todd Zeal now, 2 outs, nobody on, 1-1. That's it to right. Lukacic is after it. And he catches it for out number 3, so pretty easy inning for Rick Mahler. The Cards are still up pretty comfortably, 8-1. Real Cormier still on the mound for the Cards. Ruben Rivera is next. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Shane Andrews is next. 2-2. Struck out swinging. I feel like I'm seeing a thematic here. Alright, let's bring Rosado pitched pretty good. I pulled him in the 7th, I think, after 2 runs. Calderon had like 3 RBIs, I think. Charles Johnson homered. The Shields stole 2 bases. Grissom stole 1. He didn't pitch last game. I brought in. I was ahead 5 runs in the 9th, so I brought in Carl Pavano to give him an inning. Alright, Johnny Knott, 2 outs, 1-1. So yeah, technically the Doris redemption is still on track. I didn't give him the ball, so he couldn't do good or bad. He didn't pitch. Alright. Oh, he's still tired from last time we had him pitch. Alright. Righty. Alright, let's do Michael Mclean. See what we've got in him. Alright, Robbie Thompson, next batter. 2-2, bottom of the 7th. We're down 7 against the very dangerous Cards, who are eliminated from the playoffs as well. We just have not played well against them all season. And that was a strikeout looking. Rich Aurelia is next, 2-2 to him as well. That's it to second. The Shields with the throw, and that's out number 2. Real Cormier is next, 2-1. Grounds it to the pitcher, and he's thrown out at first. That's kind of surprising. Even if it's a blowout, I'm kind of surprised they kept Real Cormier, only because it's September and they should have plenty of relievers and everything. Oh well. Alright, Lukacic. Yeah, you can bat. No count to him. Oh, that's an impressive pop-up here. And that's cut by Aurelia for out number 1. Bill Duran is next. No count to him. Grounds it to short. Good throw to first, and that's out number 2. Now the Shields comes to bat with 2 outs. Full count. That's it to right for a base hit. Alright, so the Shields gets the 2-out single, which brings up Brett Barbary, 1-1. That's a base hit to center, so now we have 2 runners on base with 2 outs. And Ivan Calderon is the batter. He's 2 for 3, 1-0. Grounds it to, oh, that's gonna be an error. Alright, so the bases are loaded now with 2 outs. We have Charles Johnson, the batter. He already propelled 1 outside of the park. 0-2 to him, too. And he struck out swinging. That's not our game. It wasn't meant to be. Alright. Right. Righty. How tired are you? You can stay in the game. You did well in the last inning. Right, bottom of the 8th, Derek White, another former Expo, is now the batter. 0-1. Grounds it to third. The throw to first, and that's out number 1. Bernard Gilkey is next, 2-2. Struck out swinging. Well, Michael Mclean here is auditioning for a spot on the team next year. No count here to Paul Molitor. Oh, that's it really well. All the way to the fence. That's going to be extra bases. Molitor shouldn't be too fast at that junction of his career, but that's still a triple. That's like the 3rd triple we've allowed in this game. Not our game. Just not happening. Ray Langford is next. 2 outs. Runner on 3rd. 1-0. Grounds it to 3rd. That's out number 3. Alright, so we need a miraculous comeback here if we want to win this game. We're going to need to score 7 in the top of the 9th. Ruben Rivera, first one to face Real Cormier. Full count. That's it to right. And that's cut by Gilkey for out number 1. Shane Andrews is next. No count. Grounds it to 3rd. And that is out number 2. Shane Andrews also had a home run in the last game. He homered in the 9th. Alright, and we're gonna bring in, let's do Mark Davis. We're on our last out of the game. 1-1. That's it to center. Oh, what a slide there by Derek White, and that's a 8-1 loss for the Expos. So we won the first game 9-4. We dropped the second one 8-1. That was a bad start by Gabe White, and then Katsumasa Ota didn't do any better in relief. Alright, we're gonna advance this. Oh, Russ McGinnis is day-to-day for 3 days with a knee contusion, so just rub some dirt on it, you're fine. Alright, so game 3 of 3 of this 3-game series against the Cards. We're going to be facing Tom Browning. Tom Browning is an okay pitcher, not a whole lot of stuff at that point of his career, so he's not striking out a whole lot of players. And we're going to be sending Miguel Batista. So let's see. Alright, so we're going to need a... Okay, oh, he's a lefty. Alright, I'm going to have Tom Robbins, I think. Oops. Doug Robbins, sorry, as the... for Charles Johnson. Anybody else that we should go with, or are we good with that? We're good. Alright. So Ray Sanchez is going to get a rare start as the second hitter here. Alright. Oh, who are we facing? So the Cards are going to go with Cliff Lloyd, Bernard Gilkey, Paul Molitor, Ray Langford, Chris Sabo, Tadzil, Robbie Thompson, and Rich Aurelia, which is exactly the same lineup that we faced in the previous 2 games. No changes there. Alright, Delino the Shields is going to get us started against the lefty. Top of the first. Go Expos! 2-1 to the Shields. That's it. All the way to the fence. That's 12 straight games with a base hit for the Shields. That's awesome. That's a triple. Wow, I guess that park is good for triples because the Cards had 3 last game and I just started this game with 1. Alright, so 10th triple of the season for the Shields. 12 straight games with a base hit for him. Alright, so we have a runner on third with nobody out. Ray Sanchez is now the batter. 2-2. And that's it to right. Langford after it. He catches it. The Shields goes home. He scores. It is 1-0 for the Expos already. Most people didn't even get to sit down yet. Marquise Grissom. 1 out. Nobody on. 1-2 to him. Grounds it to third. Chris Sabo with the throw, and that's out number 2. Calderon is next. 2-1. That's it to center. Cliff Lloyd after it. He catches it for out number 3. The Expos do score a run. Thanks to the sac fly by Ray Sanchez that scored Delino the Shields, who had hit a triple bottom of the first here at Busch Stadium. It is 1-0 Montreal. Cliff Lloyd is going to be the first one to face Miguel Batista. No count to him. And that's a hit by pitch. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out. Bernard Gilkey is the batter. 0-1. Oh, Floyd was going. We had a pitch out, and he's still safe. That's 73 stolen bases for him this season. 1-2 on Gilkey. Grounds it too short. That's a good throw to first on the play. Floyd makes it to third base. There's one out with a runner on third, and now the ever dangerous Paul Molitor is the next batter. No count. That's it too short. We get Molitor at first, but Cliff Floyd scores on the play. It is tied at 1. With 2 outs now, Ray Langford is the batter. Full count. That's it to center left. Rivera's there, and he catches it for out number 3. The Cards tie the game. It is now 1-1. Top of the second. Ruben Rivera facing Tom Browning. 1-2. That's it to center. And all the way to the fence. And that's going to be yet another triple for the Expos. Alright, so Rivera with a triple. That's his 5th of the season. And now Shane Andrews is next. So whenever you get a leadoff triple, you better score. 0-1 to Shane Andrews. That's it to left for a base hit. So Shane Andrews comes through with a single. That scores a run. It is 2-1 for the Expos. Todd Haney is next. 1-0. Grounds it to second. They get the lead runner at second base, but they cannot get Haney out at first. So there's 1 out with a runner on first for Doug Robbins, who is the catcher tonight for Charles Johnson. 0-1. And that's it pretty well by Doug Robbins, not known for his offense, all the way to the fence. Right, that's a double, and we hold Haney at third base. So now we have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. Miguel Batista is the batter. He does have 2 home runs this season. 1-1. That's it to right. That's not going to be a home run, but that should be deep enough to score Haney. And it is. It is 3-1 for the Expos, thanks to a sac fly by the pitcher, Miguel Batista. Alright, so 2 outs, runner on second base. Delino De Shields is the batter. 2-2. Grounds it to third. They're gonna get him barely. I thought they were hitting it, then Sabo just decided to throw the ball. That's the 3rd out of the inning. We are now up 3-1 going into the bottom of the second. Chris Sabo leads the second for the Cards. Full count. And he walks. Is that one of those games that nobody can go with a scoreless inning? Alright, Todd Zeal is next. 0-2. That's it to right. Grissom after it. That's out number 1. Robbie Thompson is next. 0-1. Oh, we got Sabo out at first. That's awesome. 2-2 now. That's it to center for a base hit. So now they probably would have 1 and 3rd with 1 out. Instead, they have a runner on first with 2 outs. Rich Aurelia is the batter. 1-1. That's it weakly. Ray Sanchez is there. He catches it for out number 3. Alright, so we managed to not allow a run here. We're still up 3-1. Top of the 3rd. Ray Sanchez is the batter. No count. Grounds it to 3rd. That's an easy out for Chris Sabo. And we have 1 out. Now Marquise Grissom is next. 2-0. That's a base hit to center. So now we have some speed on the base paths. With 1 out and Ivan Calderon the batter. 3-1. And that's a base hit to left. Alright, so now we have runners on first and second with only 1 out. So Tom Browning not having exactly a great outing here. He didn't walk anybody, but he already gave up 6 hits. Ruben Rivera is next, 0-2. And he struck out swinging. Shane Andrews now, 2 outs, 2 on, 1-0. That's a base hit to right, so opposite field single for Shane Andrews. And that's going to score a run. It is now a 4-1 for the Expos. Shane Andrews with 2 RBIs today. That's good. Might be my starting third baseman next season. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, Todd Haney now. 2 on, 2 outs. 2-1. That's it to center. Cliff Lloyd is there and he catches it for out number 3. The Expos add 1 more run to their lead here in St. Louis. Going into the bottom of the third, it is 4-1 Montreal. Tom Browning leads inning number 3 for the Cards. No count to him. Oh, that's going to be a base hit to right. So Miguel Batista allows a base hit to his counterpart. And now Cliff Floyd comes to bat. Full count. And he struck out swinging. Bernard Gilkey now. 1 out, runner on first. 3-1. And he walks. So now there's 2 runners on and only 1 out for the Cards. And a little bit. He's at 25. He's been at 25 for a couple games. Alright, Paul Molitor, 2 runners on, 1 out, 0-1. Grounds it to third. That's a double play. We got Paul Molitor to commit into a double play to get out of the inning. That's awesome. And we are going into the top of the fourth, still up 3. Doug Robbins with at a double in his last at bat, 1-2. That's another base hit. Wow. The backup catcher here saying next year keep me in the majors. Alright, so a single to center for him. Batista is next. He's probably gonna bunt. He is. That's a sacrifice hit. Robbins makes it to second base. There's 1 out. Runner in scoring position for us. The Shields is next. No count, and that's it weekly. Aurelia gets it. And that's out number 2. So now Ray Sanchez is the batter. We kind of need a hit here. 2-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out at first. That's out number 3. Alright. We still have a 3-run lead. Alright, Ray Langford is the batter. So he's also pretty dangerous as a batter. Wow, 115 RBIs. Full count. That's it to right. Oof, has a little bit of carry to it, but Grissom is there. He catches it for out number 1. Chris Sabo is next. 1-0. That's a base hit to right. So opposite field single for Chris Sabo after 1 out. Cards get a runner on base. Todd Zeal is next. Full count. And he walks. So another so-so inning for Miguel Batista. Let's see if he gets another double play to get out of that jam. So Robbie Thompson is the next batter. No count. That's it to left. And that's a home run. Tied game. Ugh. Another tough outing for Miguel Batista. Game is tied at 4 thanks to a 3-run blast by Robbie Thompson. Alright, so now we have Rich Aurelia at bat. 2-2. And he struck out. 2 outs for Tom Browning. 0-1. That's it to center. Rivera's after it. Catches it for out number 3. The Cards tie the game yet again. This time they had a 3-run spot. Thanks to Robbie Thompson. Going into the top of the 5th, tied at 4. Right, Marquise Grissom leads the 5th for us. 0-1. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Ivan Calderon now. Full count. Oh, that's a blast. We take the lead back. It is now 5-4 thanks to a solo home run by Ivan Calderon. The Expos refuse to die, but so do the Cards. Ruben Rivera, oh, they're bringing in a reliever. That's going to be Paul Anderson. Alright, no count to Rivera. That's it to left for a base hit. Alright, so Rivera with the single. And there's one out for Shane Andrews, who's already 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. 2-1. Oh, Rivera's going. And he's safe. That's 24 stolen bases for him this season. Full count. And Shane Andrews, wow. Really good game for Shane Andrews. I'm liking that. Right, so 2 on, 1 out. Todd Haney is the batter. That's it to center. Doesn't have any carry at all. Cliff Floyd is there, and he catches it for out number 2. So now we need another base hit from Doug Robbins. He's 2 for 2. He can do it. No count. Grounds it to second, and that's that. So we do take the lead back. We had a solo home run by Ivan Calderon. Bottom of the 5th, we are up 1-5-4. Cliff Floyd, first one to bat for the Cards in the 5th. 1-1. That's it to center. Oh, that's cut by Rivera with that little awkward looking slide there. So there's 1 out for Bernard Gilkey. 0-1. That's it to center. Rivera after it. Come on, run, little guy. And he catches it for out number 2. Paul Molitor. 3-1. Grounds it to third. And that's a good throw. That's out number 3. Oh, yeah. All right. So Batista pitched a little bit better in that inning. Oh, do I keep him in? I'm pulling him. He didn't pitch that great. Alright, I'm going to use Brett Barbery. One and 0. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Delino De Shields is next. 3-1. And he walks. Alright. Some speed on the base path. I would not hate adding a couple runs to that lead. Ray Sanchez is next. 1 out. Runner on first. 1-0. That's it to right. Gilkey is there. Catches it for out number 2. So there's 2 outs now. Runner on first. Grissom is next. 2-2. And he struck out looking. Alright. Who should I go with here for inning number 6? Mclean again. I can. See what he's made of. Pitched yesterday. Alright, facing Ray Lankford first. 3-1. And he walks. Runner on first, nobody out. John Vanderwall comes in as a pinch hitter. No count. Ow. That's out of here. We're down 6-5 thanks to a 2-run blast by John Vanderwall. And it is 6-5 for the Cards. Alright, Todd Zeal is next. Full count. And he walks. Not going all too well with Mclean on the mound right now. Alright, Robbie Thompson is next. No count to him. He bunts. Alright, we get him out at first. That's a sacrifice. It runner gets to second base on the play. There's one out now. That brings up Rich Aurelia. I'm very tempted to pull Michael Mclean, but I'm gonna keep going. No count. And that's it to right. Oh, what a catch by Marquise Grissom there. That's out number 2. There's still a runner on second base, so Dimitri Young comes in as a pinch hitter. Yes, I know Mclean better. And that's a base hit to right for Dimitri Young. It's gonna score a run. It is now 7-5, and let's pull the plug here. I think I'm gonna go with Kerrigan to face the lefty. Try to finish this inning. Alright, 2 outs, runner on second base. We're down 2, bottom of the 6th. Full count to Cliff Floyd. It's it to center. Rivera is there. He catches it for out number 3. Alright, so the Cards scored 3 times in inning number 6, and they take the lead 7-5. Dennis Fletcher is now the reliever for the Cards. We have Ivan Calderon to greet him. Full count. Grounds it to short, and that's gonna be, I think, an infield single. Yeah, infield it. Ruben Rivera is next. 2 for 3 for Rivera today. No count. That's it to right, but pretty much right at Gilkey. He catches it. That's out number 1. Shane Andrews is 2 for 2 with a walk, 2 RBIs. I'm keeping him in the game. No count to him. Oh, Calderon's going. And he's safe. 41 stolen bases for Ivan. Man, that would be awesome if he could get 4 more home runs. It would be in the 40-40 club. That's there's not a whole lot of players getting there. Right, full count to Shane Andrews, and that's it to center. That should be cut by Cliff Floyd. That should also be deep enough to advance the runner, which it does. There's 2 outs, runner on third. Todd Haney is there. I'm pulling Todd Haney. He's not doing anything. I'm gonna go with Woody Green and hope that he has a little bit of pop in his bat here. 2-1. Grounds it to third. He's thrown out. We were not able to bring in the runner from third. It is still 7-5 for the Cards. Let's see here. Put Johnny Nutt at first since Russ McGinnis is hurt, and I'm gonna bring in probably a righty. I'm gonna bring in Jeff Robinson. Alright, Bernard Gilkey, bottom of the 7th, we're down 2. 1-0 to him. Ooh, that's a base hit to right. Alright, so the cards get on board, get a runner on. Paul Molitor is next. No outs. 2-2. That's another base hit to right. Alright, so I'm not faring any better by picking the reliever. Alright, so runners on second and third. Nobody out. Ray Langford is now the batter. No count. We're just gonna walk him. Load up the bases. And hope for the best. Stan, well, that's a French last name. Royer is how that would be pronounced in French. So Stan Royer, I guess, is now the batter. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. Full count. Oh, he struck out looking. Todd Zeal is next. 2-2. Struck out swinging as well. Jeff Robinson just woke up. Maybe he's sobering up. Maybe he was kind of drunk or something. Robbie Thompson is next. 2 outs. Bases loaded. 0-1. That's it to center. Rivera's after it. And that's the end of the inning. Wow, we loaded the bases with nobody out and nobody came in to score. That's pretty good. Right, top of the 8th. Dennis Fletcher is still on the mound for the Cards. We have Doug Robbins here. I think it's time to... he's 2 for 3. I hate to pull a guy that's 2 for 3. He bats. 2-2. And he struck out looking. Right, Johnny Nutt just entered the game. I'm going to keep him. 1-2. Grounds it to second, sorry. And he's barely thrown out at first for out number 2. The Shields is next. 2-2 to him. And he struck out swinging. Wow, not a good inning. Bottom of the 8th. Oh, I need to. I'm bringing somebody else. Do we bring in John Doris to see if he can, if the redemption can continue, see if he can keep the deficit at 2 runs? Let's do this. Doris in. Let's see if the redemption continues. Alright, so Rich Aurelia, first one to face him, bottom of the 8th. We're still down 2. 1-2 to Aurelia. That's a base hit to center to start the inning. That's okay. There could be a double play at the, with the next batter, which is Matt Stairs coming in as a pinch hitter. Runner on first, nobody out. 0-2. That's it to left. That's cut by Ray Sanchez for out number 1. Cliff Floyd is next. 1 on, 1 out. No count. Oh, the runner goes. And he's safe. That's 28 stolen bases for Aurelia this season. 2-2 to Cliff Floyd. That's it to center. Rivera after it. He catches it for out number 2. On the play, Aurelia makes it all the way to third base. So there's 2 outs now. Bernard Gilkey is the batter. They need a base hit from him. 1-2. That's it weekly. And that's cut by the Shields, so the redemption continues. He did allow a single, but no runs. So we are going into the top of the 9th. We're up 7-5. I'm going to go ahead and pull Ray Sanchez for a more potent bat, or so I hope. I don't see a whole lot of more potent bats. I do see Charles Johnson over there, and I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Oh, Kurt Schilling comes in in a save situation, because in my universe he never developed as a starter. So, and I believe that's how Kurt Schilling started his career as well. He was a reliever for a couple years before he made it as a starter. Alright, so save situation for Schilling. Charles Johnson is the batter, 1-1, top of the ninth, we're down 2. It's doable, we can do it. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Marquise Grissom is next, 1-0. Grounds it to third as well, and he's thrown out for out number 2. That's quick. Alright, is Ivan Calderon gonna make things interesting here? He's 3 for 4 already. 2 outs, no count to him. That's it to left for a base hit. Alright, alright. Alright, so runner on first, 2 outs. Ruben Rivera is next, 2 for 4. Decent game, 1-2. That's it to left, but I don't think it has enough carry. And it doesn't. Ray Langford is there. That's out number 3. So the official verdict is we are 1-12 against the Cards this season, I think. That's terrible. Yep. Not good, not good. So Mclean gets the loss. Couldn't quite come back in this one in the end. Oh, there's been some brawling. Oh, Juan Gonzalez and Al Levine. They're gonna be suspended for 5 and 3 games. Oh, that could hurt the Texas Rangers. They're trying to catch the California Angels here. I mean, it's still doable. They're 4 games and a half, so they need to start winning. They can't be losing one of their best player to suspension like that. Not good for them, I guess. Shinada hurt while helping friend move. So Ayaito Shinada is hurt. Back stiffness. I guess it doesn't really matter. He's in the minors. Frank Thomas was the player of the week in the American League. Bagwell gets the same honor in the National League. I guess we climbed the power rankings ever so slightly. We're 24th now. Alright, so next time out, we're going to be playing the Marlins. It's a 4-game series, so if I do it during the week, I'm probably going to split it. If I do it during the weekend, I'm going to try to do it all in one sitting. So we'll see what happens with that. So Marlins are dead last in the East. We are all 13 games ahead of them. Hopefully we can win some baseball games when we do. So I'm gonna go ahead and save the game. That's gonna be it for today, folks. So as usual, I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you to Jero Nullet to be there and provide me with some roster advice. Didn't turn out that great this time, but hey, you did awesome last time, so maybe against the Marlins we'll get another good result here. But anyway, so I'm gonna go and start cooking dinner. You all have a great rest of your day, and until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.